It is Monday, which means it is time for Chamber Talk, our weekly visit with the Fairfield Area Chamber of Commerce about the who, what, where, whens, and whys of all the great activities in downtown Fairfield. Mindy McAdams joins us. Want to remind you to sign up for the Chamber Chatter, which hits your email box about 8 o'clock every Monday morning, gives you an overview of all the great things happening throughout our community. And if you want to do a deeper dive, you can log on to fairfieldiowa.com. And if you have any questions, email the chamber at fairfieldiowa.com as well. A lot of cool things. Of course, the First Friday's event this past Friday, Mindy, going back in time. And I understand it was another busy night for jolly old St. Nick.
Oh my gosh, that poor gentleman. I'm thinking his lap's got to be getting tired already. We had over 300 the first Friday, and then last Friday we had over 100 come through. And the weather and the wind held off until like the last 20 minutes. Those poor folks at the end, we just wanted to say thank you for waiting. It rained briefly also. There was but it was like those little bitty pieces of ice, not really rain.
Let's call it sleet.
It was dreadful. That's what it was. I was a penguin. So if you saw the penguin running around the square, and it was so great. You can't be there. It doesn't matter what the weather is. You cannot be there and not smile.
I want to remind folks, Santa will be in the Candy Cane House through the 21st?
23rd. I think it's going to be the 17th, though. I think we're going to be done on the 17th.
Okay. Friday and Saturday nights from when to when?
6 to 8:30.
6 to 8:30.
Everybody gets a free candy cane. There's free hot cocoa and cookies. The kids are getting a book thanks to a lot of generous donors. And then they go over and they make their ornament and put their picture in it. Speaking
of Santa Claus, and we talked a little bit about this before we went on the air this morning, those are his visits to the Candy Cane House, but then there's one last opportunity to visit jolly old St. Nick. That's on Christmas Eve for the Rotary Parade. I know the final touches are being put on that, but essentially the same thing, starting at the Armory, making its way through all of Fairfield before downtown Fairfield.
That's my understanding. I haven't really seen a lot about it as of yet. I think they're just kind of trying to finalize some details there.
All right.
And we had Shop with the Hero over the weekend with the Elks Club.
You know what fascinates me about the Shop for the Hero is that it sneaks up on people who aren't, doesn't know that it's happening, and then you see all sorts of social media posts and phone calls and tweets and text. What's going on at Walmart? There's 900.
There's a fire truck on the main square. Is the Elks on fire? No, they were doing great things at the Elks, like always.
Yeah.
I love that.
What else is on the calendar this week? I know that the Women's Club has a big event. They're one of their big events of the year.
Yes, absolutely. So on Saturday, the Women's Club has their Christmas open house and bazaar from 8 to 3. And the biggest thing there is you've got to get the handballs. I was there on handball making day. My hands were very tired. They do handballs and chicken casseroles. You have to order those in advance. So you just call the McElhaney House and talk to Norma. That'll guarantee you some. There's always some available for walk-ins, but we only make a certain amount. And when they're gone, they're gone.
It's a great time to stop by and get some cookies, pies, candies, breads, brownies.
And I know some of the gals are bringing some canned goods in. So there'll be a lot of great gift opportunities and just good stuff to buy.
And it's a good opportunity to just go and look around and see all the beautiful decorations.
Oh, it's so gorgeous. The women spent days decorating. I don't always get to help with the fun stuff because I'm usually at work, but I absolutely adore that. And the Women's Club, all of their funds go to just keeping up on the maintenance on that house.
It's the Women's Club annual Christmas open house bazaar this Saturday, 8 to 3. Anything else really pressing on the calendar this week? Oh, let me ask this question. I know one of the bigger business after hours is the month of December out at Nelson Company.
Yes.
When is that scheduled?
That is scheduled for the 5th. Hold, please.
No one
the
told
15th.
You. I was right. No one told you there's going to be a quiz.
I usually am right on it, but today I just feel like it's been a hectic couple weeks. How's that?
Oh, there you go. I
don't have anything going on.
I accept that. All right. You, as always, have a guest today, so I'll let you take over.
Thanks, Steve. Good morning, Kelly.
Good morning.
So Kelly Prickett is from Indian Hills Community College. So you have a really long, fun title.
I do. My title is Economic and... it's Entrepreneurship and Economic Development Initiatives, Director of that. So it's a really long title to basically say I get to help businesses from their initial stage, all the way through succession planning, which succession planning means exiting the business. So I get to help from beginning to end.
Absolutely. And you've got a lot of really great resources in your skill set. How's that?
Yes. So one of the things that we are, our center is here at Indian Hills is we're the regional small business development center, which means we are free business counseling for anyone in our 10 counties. And so we can help with any ideas, connecting with resources. If we can give them advice, we can also connect them to try to get ready for whatever they need or they're growing. If they need help with social media, we can help set them up. We can give them other resources of people who might do that for a living. So we help people all the way through, not just financing, but just a whole plethora of resources. Also, I get to be the director of the Regional Entrepreneurship Center, which is in Ottumwa, which is our business incubator. So we have space for about 8 businesses to start up there. And then once they kind of get their feet underneath them, they grow into the communities throughout the 10-county region.
That's awesome. I love the incubator. It's always so interesting to see what starts there and how they are able to kind of get their feet wet, figure out all the nuts and bolts of it, and then they go out into their communities and make a business.
They do. And we have a wide variety of businesses there. We have everything from light manufacturing. Melwood USA is, they make a hydraulic clutch kit. We have FedEx, because FedEx is not a franchise, which most people think. Oh. They're actually individually owned businesses, so they have to figure out how to pay their employees. And so one FedEx company may pay their drivers one thing, and another FedEx company may pay their drivers a different one. So they run it they run it and they can only own so many routes through a distribution center. And so they have to buy another route from another owner. So they don't even deal with the franchise part of it, which is interesting and unique. We also have consultants. So we have everything from consultants, and we also have Los Burritos, which is they do catering, and they're looking at doing more food trucks during the summer.
They're amazing.
They are amazing.
We had them the other day. We had them at the Chamber of Commerce fall conference, where they were one of ours for the Friday night.
And they come to every community festival, so they can be part of any of your festivals.
Yes.
If you're looking for a good place to or people to cater. So.
And you and I, the Chamber and your entrepreneurial skills, are going to partner next year with some helping to get folks from idea to storefront. So I've got this really great idea. I want to do this business, but I have no idea where to start.
Right.
So look for that in the coming months so we can start.
It'll be a good program too.
Yes.
With not only resources, but it'll be a set time to make sure people come, because a lot of times people are like, oh, I'm going to do that later. Yep. So this will give them an incentive to look for that time.
Absolutely. And we've got some friends who are going to partner with us to put some finances behind it and maybe help with getting the storefronts filled back up.
Yeah.
So what is something that people don't know that you do? Because you do a lot of things people don't know that you do.
I do. So one of the things, not only do we help with the business counseling and help with the different issues or working with that, but also we put on classes. So we do some like Smart Start, which is kind of starting your business. We sponsored a cybersecurity workshop for here in the community. So we have some that we do, and then we also do things like QuickBooks and stuff like that, which might cost a low fee for those. So we do some free ones as well as some other ones. So yeah, we do a lot of different things.
Yeah, so if you've got any of these that you need, you can reach out to Kelly, or you can reach out to the Chamber, and we can get you in contact with Kelly. We are looking to host as many business classes as are needed in our community.
Yeah.
So Kelly's also in our Leadership Fairfield class.
I am. It's been a great experience, and learning not only sometimes you know it exists, but knowing the deep dive of what they actually do and who are there, and just even the connections of people, and realizing we have a plethora of resources right here in our small community that people don't even realize. And that's kind of fun to see, and going, well, I knew they did that, but I didn't know they did this. So,
yes. Yeah. This is our exciting month. This is manufacturing month.
Yeah.
So
got my walking shoes ready.
Yeah. So we get behind the scenes of all the manufacturers, and I always find it so interesting, all the things that are made here in Fairfield.
Yeah.
Okay. So how can people find my friend Kelly?
They can find us by, if they want to request a meeting with us, just go to Iowa, and you spell it out, IOWA, SBDC.org. So it's samboy.org. dog, cat, sbdc.org. And there's a request for counseling. You hit that, and then they'll set up it'll trigger appointment that we can set up an appointment. Otherwise, we can always find us on by phone, which is 641-283-5188. So then they can get us there as well.
Perfect. And okay, so tell me, what's your favorite part of your job?
Helping people. And, a lot of times they know the answer. I love it because it says business counseling. And a lot of times it's just being that ear to listen, because sometimes they're like, I have an issue, but I don't want to tell anybody because people automatically assume then that I'm going out of business. No, It's just like everything in life. We have ups and downs, and kind of talking through issues or going, hey, I don't know where this resource is, and being able to help somebody, even someone who's been in business for 20 years and they got it. And they're like, hey, I'm struggling with this, and giving them options and giving them resources is usually the best part. I love it.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Absolutely. It was such a fun job.
It is. It really is.
And you're all over
every
the place.
day, yes, every day is different. I meet with businesses here at our Indian Hills Center, which is just off the square. So I meet, or sometimes if they're already an existing business and they're like, I would like to talk to you, but I don't have time. I come to the business. So I very rarely do I meet people in my office. I'm usually out throughout the 10 counties. We have 10 counties that are part of our Indian Hills territory. So I go from Mahaska County and Keokuk County all the way down to the border. So yeah, so it's fun. Every day I'm somewhere else.
So there's no free time in your life.
Kinda. And I know, somebody asked me once, I was actually at What Cheer at one of the flea markets, and somebody asked me, they're like, do you like your job? And I'm like, yeah, it's okay. And all of a sudden I'm going around and I see these small vendors and I'm talking to them like, oh, if you're a small vendor, do you know that if you have a storefront, you can put 25 items for free on the shop aisle? When I start talking about them, about their business, and they're like, Kelly, you're not working. Yeah. So a lot of times I really want businesses to succeed. So sometimes I get caught helping businesses even when I'm in there not trying to help them. So sometimes I even try to give tidbits here and there, even when I'm not working.
I feel all of that pain every day. All right, Steve, what do you need help with?
Lots of things. I'm a train wreck. You know that.
Well, we can actually help you start your train wreck business.
Kelly, if there is somebody out there inspired to inquire about opening up a storefront, or they have an idea, they want to maybe flesh it out in detail, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
The best way is honestly going through the website at the iowasbdc.org and just hit request counseling. That's the easiest way and a for sure way, because I'm not always in my office, and so that is really the best way to do it.
And that website?
Iowa, IOWASBDC. So that's samboydogcat.org.
All right. Kelly Prickett from Indian Hills Community College, America's SBDC Iowa.
Yes.
All right. One other quick item from our community calendar that we need to highlight, and we'll talk a little bit about this tomorrow morning, I think, at around 7:40. The annual holiday sing-along makes a return to the Fairfield Arts and Convention Center tomorrow evening. After I think it's been a couple-year hiatus with our friend Dee Sandquist, but pianist Doug Dollar and Dee will be on the organ about the sing-along of carols and Christmas ditties, and then there will be a theater reading, plays and poems at 8 o'clock with the Thirsty Word, which I think tomorrow somebody might be in at around 7:45 from the Thirsty Word.
Oh, that'll be fun, because that Christmas sing-along, they actually put the words up there so you don't have to know the words. For people like me that always forget them, I just make them up.
The biggest challenge with the sing-along is what to do with your hands.
Jazz hands.
Jazz hands. All right.
It's a really, if you are still haven't found your holiday spirit yet, go to the sing-along. You'll get it there. Visit Santa. Walk around the square and look at all the beautiful lights. I mean, I don't know how people wouldn't have holiday spirit already. I've had 75 Christmas events in the last week.
Once again, just a quick reminder, as of right now, just 2 more weekends. The thought process is 2 more weekends for
Yep.
Sand on the Square, Friday
Yes.
and Saturday evening at the Candy Cane House. So by the 17th. And then after that, your next chance in downtown Fairfield will be the Rotary Parade on New Year's
Yes.
Eve. We'll get with Josh or somebody with the Rotary Club to get more details on that as well in the days ahead. All right, ladies, it's always nice having you. That's our Chamber Talk here on this Monday morning on 1570 KMCD. Tomorrow morning on the program, we will have someone from Jefferson County Conservation in the studios. It's 9 minutes for the top of the hour. Markets around the corner. CBS News top of the hour, and we'll get one more look at our forecast before we fire up the Big Country Jukebox.